Please rise. Please be seated. My name is Victoria, and I was one of the lucky ones who was there that Friday night in August, 12 years ago, when Katie and Daniel found each other amidst the sea of high school runners at the Foss Running Camp and started the story that led us all to be here today. Now, before I get into things, I want to take a second for all of us, but especially Katie and Daniel, to pause for a deep breath and take in the sights, sounds, and smells of this beautiful day and scene around us as I share some words from the poem The Summer Day by Mary Oliver. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who flung herself out of the grass, the one who was eating sugar out of my hand, who was moving her jaw back and forth instead of up and down, who was gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is your plan to do with your one wild and precious life? These words challenge us to rethink what a productive day really looks like. It may look a lot less like a day tied to screens and emails and housework and errands and getting things done, and a lot more like the simple and astonishing affair of getting to know a grasshopper. Over the past 12 years, Katie and Daniel became frequent riders of the commuter rail to make the short 37-mile trip from Rentham to Lexington, frequent flyers to make the much longer 2,287-mile trip from Burlington to Bozeman, to now building a life together right down the road on Weaver Street. Throughout all those miles and modes of transportation, you two have gotten to know many grasshoppers together. 2 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 have gotten to know many grasshoppers to When you think of what a successful marriage requires, words like falling, trusting, choosing, and committing every day are some of the top that come to mind. A happy marriage begins at the end of your comfort zone where the adventure is. And seeking adventure is something Katie and Daniel excel in both individually and together. As everyone here knows, part of what makes Katie and Daniel so special is their ability to not only seek this adventure, but build a community while doing it. I have been fortunate enough to join in that community through yearly trips to Vermont, where I'm greeted with home-cooked meals surrounded by their friends who have become family, local craft beers, early morning hikes, late-night dunks along the icy shores of Lake Champlain in the middle of January, and many runs at Stowe. Each time I make the drive back to Boston from a weekend in Winooski, I leave with a renewed reminder to get to know the grasshopper. Katie and Daniel's adventures extend far and wide. Summers spent road tripping from Boston to Montana, with quick stops in Kansas City to see family in the town where Katie was born. Nights spent in small towns in central Wyoming. Weekends back at Cannon Mountain, where Katie and Daniel both grew up skiing with their families, that now holds a new place, where they got engaged. They've enjoyed days paddleboarding up and down the Charles River, catching waves along the rugged coastline of Maine, runs through the Burlington bike path, and slow, crisp fall mornings together on their porch, all while growing their community and their love for each other. Love, like nature, is a journey of growth. It begins as a seed, two bright-eyed 16-year-olds, but with time, care, and attention, it blossoms into something truly magnificent, the two beaming, mature adults who stand in front of us today. It weathers seasons, endures challenges, and thrives in the warm embrace of companionship. It is a commitment to live your one wild and precious life together, while never losing sight of the swan, the black bear, or the grasshopper. At this time, Katie and Daniel have asked some family members to come forward and read special readings. First, I want to welcome Katie's mom, Maureen Lukes, to do a reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians.
Thank you for coming, everyone. You're going to hold it or want me to?
I can hold it.
Okay. A reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. Brothers and sisters, strive eagerly for the greatest spiritual gifts, but I shall show you still a more excellent way. If I speak in human and angelic tongues, but do not have love, I am a resounding gong or a clashing cymbal. And if I have the gift of prophecy and comprehend all mysteries and all knowledge, if I have all faith so as to move mountains, but do not have love, I have nothing. If I give away everything I own, and if I hand my body over so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. Love is not jealous, it is not pompous. Love is not inflated, it is not rude. It does not seek its own interests. Love is not quick-tempered. It does not brood over injury. Love does not rejoice over wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never fails. The word of the Lord.
And now Daniel's sister, Finna Jacobson, will be reading the poem Like a River by Whitney Hansen.
They say sometimes love starts with a spark, and that might be true, but if I were to wish you a love, I wouldn't wish that for you. You see, fire is powerful, it burns bright, then it's gone. You see, it's beautiful and warm, but it doesn't last long. So instead of wishing you a love that burns, I wish you a love like a river that twists and turns. It changes and flows, it's powerful and free, but consistently finds its way back to the sea. And so, like the water, I hope your love is ever growing and ever changing. I hope your love is powerful and free, and may you always find each other like the river finds the sea. Love you.
At this time, Katie and Daniel will exchange their vows with one another. They have chosen to share personal vows.
All right. Moment. Didn't know I was going to get a laugh this early. Katie, you are the only person I would overcome my 3 biggest fears for: public speaking, public dancing, and public displays of affection. So here we go. On that late August night in 2012, I knew I had met someone truly special. We talked for a couple minutes, and I immediately recognized you as someone I could spend hours talking to. This led to months of messaging back and forth, 3-hour Skype calls, and finally in March, we had our first date, where we ice skated around in circles for a couple hours, talking nonstop, shared laughs over macaroni and cheese pizza, and then walked by the river where I asked you to be my girlfriend. Then we got together, and when we got together, it was during a time where we were taking our first steps into the adult world. It warms my heart knowing I got to tackle becoming an adult with you as my closest friend. You encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone and never let go of being a kid in the heart. I remember my college friends would ask, okay. So,
You're great.
okay. I remember my college friends would ask, how can you still be with your high school girlfriend? Then they would meet you and say, I understand. Over the past 12 years, we have had many accomplishments and reached many milestones. Still, nothing makes me more proud than the life we have built together. Katie, you are my favorite person to share my life with. You recognize and find joy for even the most simple aspects of life. Sometimes we'll be walking and you'll point something out that I brushed right past. Moments like these inspire me to celebrate and recognize more of the world around us. I love how you find the most happiness in bringing joy to other people, whether it's teaching little kids how to ski, talking to college students about sustainable business practices, or hosting friends at our apartment. I love the kindness you present when meeting strangers and making sure everyone feels welcome. When I make a new friend, I get excited because I know I get to introduce them to you. I could go on, but we said we try to keep our vows to under 1 page. Now here we are, surrounded by our loved ones, and the mountains we have shared countless memories. As we take this next step forward, I'm excited and prepared to share what lies ahead as your husband. When you asked me that night at riding camp to go sit and talk with you by the fire, it started a flame in my heart that grows brighter and brighter each year. I vow to continue to build and cherish our life together so that that flame will never go out. I promise to make sure wherever we go, there is enough food. I promise to continue to make you mixtapes and that there are many more spontaneous dances in the kitchen in our future. I promise to always bring light to a cloudy day. I love you, Katie, with all my heart.
Just 1 page. Daniel, it has been quite the adventure getting to this day. We first started talking about getting married when we were 18 on a camping trip in Vermont, before you were heading out to Montana and I went up to Burlington for college. Now we are back in Vermont, surrounded by the most amazing people in the world on this summer day. We've spent a lot of time together and apart over the course of our relationship. Now we get to take on the rest of our lives together as a married couple, and I am so excited. I see how you love, and I feel so grateful to be loved by you. My favorite thing in the world is to see your genuine love in action. I am marrying a man who loves orca whales so much, he waited and watched for them for 3 hours because of a rumor from a local Facebook group that some orcas might have been swimming up the Puget Sound. And sure enough, they were.
And we all got to see the whales and your excitement for the whales that day. I am marrying a man who is not a morning person, but loves skiing so much to wake up at 4 a.m. when it's snowing sideways, negative 15 degrees, and pitch dark outside, to hike up a mountain and ski down just to get one powder run in before work. Daniel, I get to see how you love your family, friends, music, the environment, skiing, whales, and then have you turn toward me and share the wonder and joy you have for those things in your life with me. Every day I get to be who you love. I know life isn't always wondrous and happy. We haven't been through the worst of it yet, or the best of it either. I believe in our foundation and our love for each other to guide us like a compass through our next adventures. I vow to turn towards you and share in the happy and sad times. I will laugh with you, cry with you, grow with you, and create with you. I promise to support you with warmth, to embrace failures with grace, and to celebrate the wins along the way. I will be your loyal wife and best friend. I love who you are, and I will do so for the rest of our lives.
That's why I was holding it so close. I kept running out.
May we have Katie's ring, please? Daniel, please place the ring on Katie's left hand and repeat after me. I, Daniel, take you, Katie, to be my wife.
Take you, Katie, to be my wife.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
I will love you and honor you for all the days of my life.
May we have Daniel's ring, please?
That's not coming off.
Katie, please place the ring on Daniel's left hand and repeat after me. I, Katie, take you, Daniel, to be my husband.
I, Katie, take you, Daniel, to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
By the power vested in me by the state of Vermont, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Katie and Daniel, you may now kiss. Daniel will now complete the Jewish tradition of breaking the glass. This action symbolizes that life, like this glass, is fragile, and that Katie and Daniel should enjoy every day together as if it were their last. As this glass shatters, so may your marriage never break.
Oh, I got thrown into that one. I went into the teacher's faculty room and I'm like, we got traded here. We got to get me out of math. I never made it. I just retired. Keep your mouth shut. I'm on video now.
You're on
I
video.
thought you were going to say, Jorge, keep your mouth shut. You're supposed to be invisible, Mark. Okay,
Invisible?
I'm going to get a napkin and dry you.
Yeah.
Dry your face, okay? Congratulations. Well done, Daniel.
Talking Heads?
It was fantastic. Steve was so excited he's at the Talking Heads table.
Until we fall out, take a revolver. Now we give a boom,